And then I'm just going into my master chain. You'll be surprised to know I have a reverb on the master chain. So everything is hitting this reverb. It's subtle. It's not got a lot of highs going on. It's just there for a sort of room space. It's just sort of everything coming together. I mean, look, you tell me if you think it's good or not. It's just that. That's one of those ones where I think you got to listen in headphones, and you're just kind of, you're just seeing, am I in a space? Like, am I feeling like I'm listening to this song in a warehouse? Am I in a dreamland? And I felt like, no, I wasn't. I think it felt too dry to me. It felt too clean and in my face. So I decided we need a little reverb on the master output. So not something I would usually do, but it's just that. Take it off and it's that. It's very subtle, very subtle. There is such a thing as like mastering reverb. I've heard of people do that. Someone said, yeah, reverb on the master, in addition to the plate verb, you have everything routed to. Yeah, even the reverbs and everything is going through that. Like, there's my, little plate is there. Everything's going through that, which is nuts. It's not essential, if I accidentally bounced it out and had that turned off, it wouldn't be the end of the world to me. But I do think it is adding something. If you listen in headphones with it on and off, there is a difference there. On the quieter parts of the track. It's really subtle. It just adds that little 3D effect that I'm looking for. After that, we're going into the inflator, and that is my favorite plugin probably ever. Maybe Soothe. It's up there. I'll give you guys a little before and after of that thing. That's without. To me, that just like brings all the middle back. It's just like all of those cool, crazy effects I've got going on, all of this panning, all this like detail. It just gives like the root of the song, like just plants it. And it's like, it's louder, but it's not. Like the meters don't go up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, the meters do go up. Yeah, there's a couple dB in it, but still, it's because I'm clipping. I'm boosting into it because this is doing a little clipping here. So if I take that off, it's... See how it's just going over the red? Just a tiny bit. So I'm just trimming that a little tiny bit. Yeah, I love that plugin. It makes it loud in a really amazing way. You'll have to watch the YouTube video about it to find out how. It's pretty techie. I'm not sure how they did it. Then after that, not yet. After that, Saturn. I love gentle saturation for the master output. I find that just really smooths everything off and rounds it off really nicely. 10%, 70% mix, oversampling on Superb. When you're doing plugins on your master output, if you've got oversampling, I recommend using it. Oversampling is like where the plugin copies itself many times and checks that it's performing correctly. I think, is that what it is? Like, say you do 4 times oversampling, the plugin will run itself 4 times and it will check for any errors and any differences and then sum the sound back together. I think that's how it works. So if you're just doing a snare drum one-off hit, it's not that important. But if you're running the whole mix through a plugin, I'd recommend making sure you've got your oversampling on if there's an option. I mean, this plugin's got it for days, mate. 256 times oversampling is insane. So yeah, I wouldn't have this on when mastering. When I send this to my guy, I'm gonna be bypassing that because mastering engineers have amazing clippers. So this is just for my demo bounce. So yeah, a little bit of clipping for me on the output. It's a pretty small amount, you know. I've just got like, what's that, 1.5 dB of clipping. Very, very little. You could go heavier for sure, get a little bit more of a crunchy sound going on, but it's crunchy enough, man. I didn't think we needed to clip very much more off of the sound. And then a little limiter, but I'm not using it today because I've bypassed it for you guys. But I usually take off about 3 or 4 dB with the limiter. I can put it back on actually if you want to see it. No, not even 2 dB. Again though, with the oversampling, make sure you're running oversampling on this thing if you can. It does have a certain sound to it. I mean, some people would argue maybe oversampling sounds a certain way. I don't know, man. That's pretty nerdy. What I like about this limiter is that little feature. So now you're only hearing the signal it's distorting. So that is in there underneath the limiting. So that's what your limiter's doing to your mix. It's beating it up. So, you know, that's why going into a limiter and smashing it at -9, -10, -15, it's not going to do your mix any good, man. You're gonna ruin it. How can I show you? I mean, that's just the whole mix you can hear. Yeah, insane. Keep your limiting to about 3 or 4 dB is my recommendation. And I've actually realized as well, I don't like this whole true peak thing. I think it makes it does something weird. What I recommend is turn that off and give yourself a bit of extra headroom on the way out. Like I do -0.3. I've never seen my interface go red with -0.3. If you do -0.1, you do get those little peaks sometimes coming over, and you know you don't want that. So I'd recommend turning off true peak and just backing down 0.2 or 0.3 dB. You're never going to notice that. So yeah, there you go. There's my chain. It's pretty simple. It's technically just 3 plugins. By the time I send it off for mastering, it's just 2 plugins. So keeping it pretty open. Just making sure I'm getting my gain staging right on the way in and all of that. What's this soothe doing here? Just a little soothe on the synth. So we've got so that's just doing that little resonant. Yeah, just taming some of those screechy sounds. I think that's it.